So today we're going to be talking about my latest release, Despair Came Knocking. It's a cover by Daniel Johnston that I released on January 22nd. It's currently available on Spotify, YouTube, whatever streaming platform that you're currently using. I released it on January 22nd because that is the day. It's Hi How Are You Day, and it's celebrated here in Austin to bring awareness to mental health and celebrate the legacy of Daniel Johnston. So I've got the session pulled up here. I was inspired by Daniel Johnston after listening to the Hi How Are You album. The next day I started recording this. It started out with an acoustic guitar. I ended up adding a layered electric guitar. I ended up adding bass and some drums. And of course, you know, I had the vocals and I kind of did my own take on that. But at the end of the day, this is it's a pretty simple arrangement for myself. Just drums, bass, guitar, and vocals. So we'll kind of go ahead and get started. It started off with the acoustic guitar. I figured that out, as you can hear it now. So that's the acoustic guitar. I wanted to make sure that I kind of had a similar warbly vibe or sound to it, just like Daniel Johnston's. You know, he recorded on a cassette tape. So it was definitely warbly as he recorded it. His vocals are warbly. So I wanted to pay homage to that in the best way that I can. And I actually ended up using the Keeley Darkside pedal by Keeley Electronics. And I have my electric guitar going through that on a rotary effect. So that, alongside the acoustic guitar, is kind of the intro. And then I'll start introducing the bass. Here comes some bass. I've obviously got a fade coming in here. So anyways, I've got the bass guitar coming in here. It's very fuzzy. I was really inspired by some of the tones that the Black Angels get on their bass guitars. And I ended up using a rat distortion and a JHS ColourBox to achieve this tone. I love both of these effects because you've got a filter on the rat distortion. You've also got a filter on the JHS ColourBox. You've got the bass, the mids, and the treble. And I just dialed it into the tone of the guitar to fit in the mix here. And then I've got some drums. The drums were achieved by utilizing a loop it's actually a drum pack by Jake Reed. If you aren't familiar, I'll include a link below, but his drum loops are incredible, and I use them to kind of help get song ideas off the ground just to kind of help fill out a song. So we've got drums, we've got bass, we've got guitar, and vocals. On my vocals, I'll share those here. I'm going to go if I can find them. Here they are. There's the drums. I've got a brief quarter note delay, but I am compressing the heck out of my vocals here. With this tune, I really honestly wasn't thinking too much about how I was compressing them. I went back and looked before opening the session and saw that I was giving nearly 10 dBs of compression here, and then also I have this SSL blitzer where I'm almost going 12 dB. But Despair came knocking. I'm not upset with the sound that I got out of it. I love the SSL blitzer because, yes, it does excellent job with compression. I think I've got it on 6:1 ratio. But it adds a lot of color when you click in that blitz button. So I think it helps this song. It helps my transients, and it helps bring up the breaths that I actually take in the tune. So in the midst of all the fuzz and everything going on in the song, you can still hear my vocals pretty clearly without me having to turn it up too much. So I'll show you an example of that here. So yeah, I wanted the K's, I wanted all that to come out, and I also wanted to hear my breath. So I think I achieved that pretty well here. And I also have a Korg MS20 where I kind of play around with the filters, pretty standard stuff with an MS20, but I use this because it's got a haunting sound. I have it kind of fade in here at the beginning. I've got it, I'll throw everything in here so you can hear it in context. So it's in the background, but I love it because it's just this it's this sound that's just kind of coming in here. It's like giving you this like little bit of makes you a little tense. And this song again is very haunting, and it's a beautiful song. I'm not gonna say my song, but definitely Daniel Johnston's. So anyways, I'm gonna keep this video brief. It's just an idea for me to kind of go through some of my mixes to share how a song was inspired. In this case, originally on acoustic guitar, and then from there built on top of. So I'm going to start doing this with more of my original songs and original music. If you're interested in learning more, definitely leave a comment if you like what you hear. Share it if you feel like that's something you want to do as well, but subscribe if you also want to watch for more. And if you'd like to hear the original song, not the original song, but you can, yes, definitely go listen to Daniel Johnston's version. But if you want to hear my version of it, just look up Trent Langley music on Spotify. It's there for you. Thanks. Bye for now.